you guys for coming. We're going to try really hard to get out of here by 7, so I think if we start now, we can. This is for the 2019 Junior Cheer program. This year we're going to be doing it from kindergarten through 8th grade, and it's for if your child is in kindergarten through 8th grade next year. This is a little bit about our program. Summit Academy Junior Cheer is not a cheer class, but a youth cheer team program. We are less of a commitment than all-star cheer clubs, which financially and time, but more of a commitment than signing up for a cheer or dance class at the studio. Our program is just over 6 months long. We'll start in May, we start next week, and we'll go through December.
Our showcase, the 7th.
December 7th. Yeah.
Oh, and this is us.
This is us.
Okay, this is awesome. Okay, so, hi everyone. So I am Coach Masco. So we're gonna get, okay. Hi. This is why we're here. We're so excited. I guess I should intro us with that. So we're gonna go through each one of us coaches and then introduce ourselves and what grade we're gonna be coaching, a little bit about us, and then a little about the program. Because we have a lot of kids that are returners right now, which we're super excited, and even more awesome is we have more kids that I don't recognize, which is so great. So we started 3 years ago, this program 3 years ago. We had 2 tiny little teams, and then last year I had 3, and then this year we're going up for 4. And every year we're looking to just grow the team. So thank you guys for being here, and we're hoping that you can be a part of something that's awesome. And every year, not only in talent does it get better, but numbers as well, but in unity with the kids, and the parents are always awesome. So we're super excited to have you guys. So thank you for coming. So I'm Coach Masco, like I said. I've been coaching here at Summit Academy High School the past 5 years. We've taken 2 state titles, we've gone to nationals, 3 out of my 5 years that we've been here. They performed really well. We got back at the end of February, yes, and they did awesome, hit 0, meaning they dropped 0 stunts at nationals and did an amazing job. So this year I am taking a step back from the high school team though and focusing all on junior cheer. This is gonna be our little baby. So we've seen the potential that junior cheer has, and we've been seeing it grow. So Kim was the one who came to me a couple years ago with this idea, and with that idea that Kim was like, we should grow this program, it's gonna be awesome. We see a need, and we want to help this program just flourish even more. So that's a little bit about me. So I'm gonna be coaching the 7th and 8th graders this upcoming year, so our junior team. So last year we had our gold, white, and blue team, and our oldest team this year is gonna be called the Bear team. So we'll classify you by those, so you don't have to be, okay, the kindergarten through 1st and 2nd grade team. It'll be easier to just classify you by that. So I'll be coaching the Bear team.
Like we said, I'm Coach Kim. So I've done cheer. I did cheer growing up. Kind of went away from it. My daughter started cheering when she was young, and it's just been cheer in our house ever since. She started as a freshman cheerleader here with Coach Masco, and I just noticed, and I would talk to my husband, that there was something missing. We needed more to this program, that it could offer so much more. I watched what Lehigh High School was doing. I watched what Jordan High School was doing. And we weren't taking advantage of that, and I thought we were hurting our kids in the process. So I went to Masco, I said, we need to do this. I talked to her one year, we kind of like, yeah, let's do it, and we just kind of pushed it off. And then like she said, we started it 3 years ago. It's an awesome program, and we're proud of it to watch what it's gone, and we have so many ideas this year to where it's gonna go, that you guys are coming in at an exciting time. Like, we are gonna compete more. Everything is just more this year, and so I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah. I don't like talking in front of people, but I'm Mindy Muzzo, so I'm going to be coaching the 3rd and 4th grade team. Is it the white team?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Blue. So bears, blue, white, and gold. And I did cheer growing up competitively, and then took a break. And I've just been a wife and mom raising my kids, and I had 3 of my girls do cheer here last year, and they loved it. And now with the kindergartners, going to be able to do it. My youngest, my 4th, will be able to try out. So that's really exciting. And they loved it. They did not have cheer experience going into it, and so this is an awesome program to like mold the students to be athletes. And it's a safe place to come and like exercise and have fun and not be cliquey, and because that's like one of the things that I have a hard time with cheer with. And so I just feel like this program is like the best of all worlds and kind of brings it together where it's just fun, and my girls loved it, and I wanted to get more involved this year. So I'm super excited to be coaching this white team. Yay.
Hi, my name is Coach Hope. I'll be coaching the kindergarten through second grade team. I cheered here all 4 years. I've cheered since I was 10, so however many years that is. I graduated last year and I went to Snow College and cheered on their team, and I moved home and I decided to coach here, and I'm super excited, so yeah.
Thanks. Okay, so in the past 2 years, we made this more of a fundraiser for the high school students. So they were the head coaches over the teams, and they always did an amazing job, but we found that they were so busy with coaching and cheering and competition and school and honor roll and work, they just didn't have enough time, and so we decided as coaches to have us lead the teams, and what we're gonna have support from the high school coaches. So it still will be a fundraising opportunity for our high school coaches, but primarily it will be based on us adult coaches. So they'll be coming in. So every once in a while, when we have an intro next week is when we're gonna meet those little high school coaches, when you guys will meet them. It'll be super fun, and you'll see younger 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds with them. That's who they are. They're assistant coaches. And then obviously, with this number, we never know how many we have coming to try out. So dependent on who we have, grades we have, this is what we would like to see. And we're pretty sure it's gonna stick with this year, but just tentatively, some things may change depending on who tries out on Wednesday. Okay, so this is all just, most of you guys have read this over the packet, so I'm just gonna go over it really quickly because you're like, I already read the packet, why am I coming in? So we'll go over this quickly and we'll go more into what to expect out of this year, because there's a little bit of that in the packet, but not too many details. And I know the parents, especially the dads, are like, how much is this gonna cost me? How much time is this gonna be, right? So I'm like, nah, we'll get there. Okay, so tomorrow is the clinic, is what we call it. So we separate the kids, obviously, in your packet, you could tell by grade, kindergarten through 4th grade, if they're gonna be that in the fall. So right now, if they're 4th grade, they're gonna be a 5th grader, they're gonna come in at the second part, okay? If you're in 1st grade right now, obviously 2nd graders will come in tomorrow. You have a packet. If you guys have not gotten the packet, go onto our website. I'll pull that up at the very end of our PowerPoint if you haven't been there. Print it off. Don't bring me all the info. All I need is those papers that you guys filled out. So your application. Please, parents, glue your child's picture onto that space provided on the application page. Also on the application page, please make sure your handwriting is legible, because I feel like, so I taught here as well. I was reading my students' handwriting. I'm like, is that an 8 or a 2? I can't tell. So please make sure you're very legible, because I will email you right after tryouts are over to see if I get kickbacks. Every single year I always get emails kicked back to me because they were written down wrong. So please be very legible with your emails and your phone numbers on those applications. So registration's at 3:45. You don't have to be here right at 3:45, but we want to start tryouts right at 4 o'clock. And it takes some time getting the papers in, so you'll come in right here, line up, have your papers in order, bring it to us, we'll check you off. Your cheerleader, as soon as you come in, can just go right onto the mat. We'll have them running, we'll have the high school coaches running the tryouts, so they'll run, they'll stretch, learn the dance, learn the cheer with those kids. So they'll be here for 2 hours. So after we register your athlete, you parents are free to go. We'd actually prefer it if you guys weren't here. It is a little distracting for our cheerleaders and the coaches. Obviously with our kindergarten age, if you have to be here like emotionally close and physically close, we ask you just to stay upstairs in the upstairs atrium. We call that the atrium. This is going to be the lunchroom, or sometimes we call it the large atrium, or just upstairs, whatever. Same thing goes for if practice. Once your child has made the team, if you ever want to come into a practice because you have a half hour or an hour and you don't want to go home and come all the way back, that's fine, but we ask you just to always just stay up there and don't interrupt practice, because we see a huge correlation difference between when parents are here talking to their athletes at practice versus parents being up there not talking to their athlete. It's very much different, and it makes it a lot easier for us coaches to coach better and have a better practice when parents are not talking to a child during practice. Obviously there's reasons you need to, we understand, for emergencies and such, but primarily please don't talk to your athlete during practice. And obviously tryouts tomorrow are closed. Tomorrow they're going to be learning a dance, cheer, and we're going to go over a little bit of tumbling. We will not be going over stunting yet, okay? I know you guys are really excited to stunt. You guys want to get in the air, that's fine. We will wait until teams are established so we can see what we have, what experience we have. With a 2-hour clinic, that is not enough time to start stunting. And if we do, it's going to be too fast and it's going to be dangerous. We're gonna go over a couple of videos of what stunting we're planning to do this year. So you parents can have an idea what we're doing. Safety-wise, we just need to be super careful, okay? We're putting your kids 6 feet, some of your kids will be like 10 feet in the air, and we need to have protocol and we need to have small baby steps to get there because we wanna make sure your kids are safe. So we'll be doing that. So we will have music and a video of the cheer and the dance on that website that you guys went to get the tryout packet. You click on the tryout tab on 2019 that night. I will try to have the video posted as quickly as possible of the dance and the cheer. The mini cheer and the older cheer, so I'll separate them by mini and older, will be different cheers, but the dance will be the same. So if you're here with a sibling, you guys can practice the dance together. Wednesday, we would like your athletes to please come in a white or light colored top and dark bottoms. They can be leggings, they can be Spankies. The biggest thing we ask is that we need to make sure our butts, booties, and chests are covered. We don't want to see any belly buttons. If we see belly buttons, we ask you to go change into a different shirt. All-Star Day, that's their uniform. We just don't do that in high school. We're a little bit different. Our biggest thing is we are very much exposed and open here. We have kids coming in out of school. We have basketball teams coming in to go to practice. We just want to make sure you guys are dressed very professionally and clean. The awesome thing that we're doing this year is we're doing practice gear. So we're ordering you guys 2 practice outfits. And so that way you know exactly what you're wearing on Monday, you know exactly what you're wearing on Tuesday, and parents, you don't have to think about like, oh, what can we find? It's that outfit every single time. So we know everyone's covered. But just until then, until we get those outfits, we would like those areas to be covered. Shoes always remain on. If you have earrings, please take them out. If you just got them pierced, they can be taped over, but we ask parents, please refrain from getting your kids' ears pierced during tryouts or the whole season, okay? If they've got them now, we understand. Try to refrain from doing it because stunting-wise, if we go to state, they make you take out your earrings. The belly button rings, they watch you take them out. With the long nails, they make you file them down or cut them off right before we go and compete, okay? So just prepping in before competition, that's what they have you do there. We want you guys to act the same way during practice. So on Wednesday, bring your 4th graders at 4. Don't bring them at 3:45 because we'll be setting up mats. The high school kids will be getting ready for those tryouts. So just bring them at around 4 o'clock. And then with the older kids between 5th and 8th grade, bring them in 6 and 8 o'clock. During that time on Wednesday, what we'll do is we'll do a closed tryout. So what will happen is we'll have a judges table. Only 2 judges will be watching, so it's not intimidating. It's a fun experience for the kids so they can get the experience of what a tryout is. But when they're not trying out, they're gonna be sitting up there and they may get super bored. So pack in their bag some snacks on Wednesday. Tuesday, they'll be busy the entire time, but Wednesday, bring some snacks or something for them to munch on. If they have homework, they're more like, they'll have them bring it, that's totally fine. They won't be sitting there for the full 2 hours, but maybe for a half-hour stretch of time, just to keep them busy. Results, like I said, will be posted Thursday morning on the website. And then once again, tryouts are closed to the public. Like I said, bring a water bottle, bring a snack on Wednesday. We have a $25 application fee. That is to cover our coaches because I'm hiring the high school coaches, like I said, a fundraiser. We have to be able to pay for them in order to coach, right? You can do that in cash or check made out to SAHS. Because we are going through the high school as a fundraiser, we have to have every check go through and all payments go through the high school, okay? So don't go, if you go to Draper, Independence, or Bluffdale, never make a payment through their website, always make it through the high school website. And I'll cover that in a little bit. The things on the tryout packet are the same things that are on this slide right here. The 3 things you need to fill out and bring, just bring those to tryouts tomorrow. Okay, real quick, some of you guys want to know what's going to be on the tryout tumbling-wise to get points. So we have a tryout page, and it says, like, we're looking for charisma, so like memory for dance. We'll say memory, charisma, attitude. Those will be things that they're judged on. For their cheer, it will be for how loud they are, how sharp they are with their motions. With their jumps, how high they can get, how high their legs can get, how high their kicks can get. Some of you guys are like, I don't even know what a high jump is. I don't even know what a kick is. That's totally fine. Like Coach Musos was already saying, some of our kids hadn't cheered before. That's fine, because we understand at this age, some of your students or athletes haven't had experience with cheer. That's fine. We just want to see where they are in this process. Some of you guys are curious about points. If your athlete can tumble, if you can't, that's fine. We're going to be going out this year. If your athlete can tumble and they want to get full points, here's just like a little breakdown chart. of those points. So we do standing, tumbling, we'll ask your athlete, do a somersault. Everyone should be able to do a somersault. If not, we'll work on that. And then it goes all the way up to points for standing by handspring. Some athletes can do standing tucks. That's awesome. We'd like to see that. That would be a 5+ points, okay? For running, if you don't have any, that's a 0, but if you can do a cartwheel, we would love that. Round-offs, round-off toe touches, round-off by handsprings, round-off tucks, round-off fulls. If any junior mini cheerleader has that, that would be awesome. But if you're just right at number 1 or 2 or even 0, that's totally fine. Starting small. Anything?
Nope. Well, actually, yeah. The one big thing that I want to say about this is girls and boys and parents, make sure you guys are comfortable with it, because as silly as it sounds, a somersault's not easy to everyone. So if it's something that they're afraid of, know this going into it and letting us know is perfect, because I just made, so she's doing cheer, she must know how to do a somersault. And then we kind of skip that step, but if they don't know that step, they're never gonna get the rest of the stuff. So if there's anything that you're worried about or your athlete can't do, let us know so we're aware of that beforehand.
All right, this is the part where the dads are like, okay, this is the slide I want to see. Okay, so we actually, when we started our CHO program, the biggest thing we wanted is to start a competitive program, number 1, but 2, make it affordable. That's the way that's my coaching motto. At the high school level, my biggest thing is if you don't want to cheer, and the reason why you can't cheer is because money, still show up. I've never let an athlete not try out or had tried out for my high school team because money was an issue. I always made it work. I always did fundraising with them, okay? So financially, I always do price matching. We always go back and forth with our vendors and say, sorry, that price isn't low enough. Can you please? We've been back and forth for like a month about our warm-ups, okay? Our warm-ups are really, really nice, but they're a little pricey, okay? But we haggled her down until we finally found a price that we could find. Anyway, that's something I'm just super proud of. So, just so you guys are aware, financially, this is probably going to be the least expensive. High school-wise, my high school team, it was the least expensive competitive team in the state, hands down, okay? Junior cheer, we would like to be competitive with that as well, okay? Just to show that, we just took Lehigh, which is an amazing program, prices, just so you can compare, so you can go home and be like, okay, this is a good decision for my kid, and financially, we can make this work. So after everything from the tryout fee all the way down to our tumbling classes, the added price right here is around $650 to $700 for tumbling. Some of you guys are like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. Brittany, do you mind calling you out for a second on All-Star? How much is it a month for All-Star? Just base price for one kid.
That's for monthly tuition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like how much?
And monthly tuition's like $150.
Okay, and that's like all year round plus uniform, plus everything else. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why we want to be like, All-Star is amazing, and we love All-Star. But right there, 10K, we wanted to be competitive, like on the first slide. We want to be competitive with All-Star, with not that competitive, and we didn't want to be, oh, you show up and tumble and then you leave, right? We wanted to be in between that, okay? That being said, we still have some rules and stipulations, which we'll go over in a second.
We had a mom who was going to try out for Lehigh and just got their prices, and we started comparing prices back and forth, and it's a huge difference. When my daughter started out, she started out with Westlake, and it was one of the selling points more to my husband than to me was the price of the Summit program. We worked really hard to keep it low, but at the same time, we wanted to get the best quality of stuff. So girls who were here last year, or girls who were here the first year, they had, does anyone have their jacket from the first year?
With them wearing,
Or is that last
that
year's?
was last year's.
So we had super cute and blingy, the first year, and then we said, you know what, let's make it a little bit cheaper and go down to a different one for the second year. And nobody like oohed and awed as much at our stuff anymore. So we're like, we want our stuff to be affordable but cute. So our warm-ups may be $15 more than they were last year, but it's a lot better quality, and the girls are going to wear them more.
Questions about this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Super good question. So what we do is on Mondays and Wednesdays we do the clinics, which we have already in the packet. Tuesdays we do tumbling here. So it's $35 a month, which is super good price, an amazing price. And we have the high school kids teach those classes. Us coaches will be there supervising as well. because we don't know how many kids are trying out, we're gonna have different windows of time. So that's why we don't have a time right now, like when we could have those clinics or those tumbling classes, because we're waiting to see how many have, so we can say, okay, this age will come in this time, this age will come in this time. It'll just be every Tuesday at this certain time, and that's how you.
And last year we did, everyone came in for tumbling at the same time, because we thought, how convenient, let's just have everyone there at the same time. But we noticed that the athletes didn't get the one-on-one attention that they could have. So this year we're gonna break it up into windows to make sure that your cheerleader, there's only like 3 or 4 of them with the coach instead of 25 of them with one coach at a time. So they're gonna get a lot more to the tumbling this year than they did last year.
Good question. Okay, fundraising. Do you wanna go over this, Kim?
Sure. Okay, so like we keep saying, we're all about trying to save you guys money. And every fundraiser that we do has been successful for people. Our first big one is Savers. Savers is the easiest fundraiser you will ever do. Because I know we all get the, hey, do you want to buy cookie dough? Hey, do you want a pizza card? And it's exhausting how many Domino's pizza cards that I find laying around my house. But I buy them because I feel bad for these kids. So we try to do fundraisers that are more of the girls getting more money out of it and not people just paying for things. So our Savers fundraiser, you can donate items, and our date is May 2nd.
That's next Thursday, so it's fast.
Oh, it is next Thursday.
It's
so
fast.
Do we have it online yet, the flyers?
Yeah, it's already on the website.
So you can go to the website and get the flyers. A lot of people will post it on Facebook. A lot of people will post it like in your neighborhood, ward Facebook pages, saying, hey, do you have anything to donate to Savers? We will come pick it up. I know one time, and they paid for the items. I think one time I raised,
You made over almost $200 almost every time.
at least $200 every time we did a Savers thing. And all I did was say, hey guys, we will come pick up your bag of clothes, we'll come pick up your bag of shoes, and we're gonna donate it. And this is a perfect time because everyone's spring cleaning. So that's our first fundraiser. More
Tell
information.
like the price.
What is it?
So the biggest thing, it's 25 cents a pound and that used to be 20, now it's 25 cents a pound. The biggest bang for your buck is clothing and soft items. So shoes, like clothes, bedding, stuff like that. Blankets. That stuff is the biggest bang for your buck. If you get like house goods, like books are heavy, but seriously, someone brought in like a table full of books, like this big, and it was like $2.
Yeah.
Like not worth it for you to pick up books, and like it's annoying for you to carry around, and it's annoying to go pick up. You can if you really want to, but I wouldn't if I were you. I would just go pick up bags of clothes.
And they won't take like microwaves or couches and things like that. Like there are some weird things that people have wanted to come and donate for this, but they won't take it. But on the website, if you look under fundraisers, it tells you item by item what they will take.
So what we'll do is we'll just meet here in the back of the school. Here, I need somebody with a truck and a very big trailer, and I will pay you to drive it to Savers. So if that's you, don't forget, come talk to me afterwards, because we usually have a truck, but we don't have one for next Thursday, so I desperately need one. So a truck with a big trailer, and we just get in here after school, chuck it in, or you can just put it in the cheer closet. The biggest thing is you need to weigh your items ahead of time. Because let's say Kim brought in 300 pounds of stuff, I brought in 200, but I just put it on a scale. I don't know how much I brought. Like, we can't tell. So you have to like stand on a scale, and then you get a bag of clothes, stand on the scale, come off. It's a little time consuming, but overall it's great.
And weigh them before you come. So they have a scale there, but since we're doing it here, weigh it at home and write the numbers down, and you can text it to us or give us a paper. But it's really important to do it before. You can get cheap scales. Sometimes you'll hear people say they don't have a scale. You can get cheap ones at Walmart. But yeah, the easiest way is, well, I don't do it. I have my husband stand on the scale. and then we write down his weight, and then he holds the bag, and then we subtract it out. But, so yeah, it's the best. Mindy, did you have something?
I just remember you saying that, like, if you know someone's doing a yard sale, and you're like, hey, if whatever you don't sell, whatever clothing items or blankets and whatnot, I'll just come and pick it all up for you. Usually people are eager to get rid of stuff like that. So just be creative if you're really looking to make money, and you can.
Yeah, we did that. I think it was Hope's junior year, and I just said we drove around to different yard sales, I'm like, what time are you guys done at? They would tell me, you know what time. I'm like, great, I'm gonna come back at this time. This is what we're doing. And they were happy. We got like, someone gave me cookies and juice once for taking away their stuff due to the donation. So it's a weird one and it's weird to ask, but if you ask people, they will gladly let you take their stuff away. Hi.
Questions about that one?
The next one is a car wash. We don't have the dates yet. We did it one time with the high schoolers, and with the high school program, it didn't work out. I mean, they made a couple hundred bucks. But this age group wanted to do it so bad, and we didn't do it last year. So we do want to do the car wash this year. We have a place in Draper who will let us do it, and they have all the hookups and everything. We'll probably do a bake sale with it. So that's when we would ask parents to, make something that we can sell at the car wash. But as soon as we have those dates finalized, we will let you guys know. T-shirt sales. Bonnie, can I pick on you? Will you talk about your t-shirts that Lehigh does?
The ones for my husband's football team,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay. So my husband coaches a Lehigh mini football team, and they sold T-shirts, and they would go around to businesses and ask them if they would have their name on the back of the T-shirt, and they would contribute. What was it? Would they? I can't remember. They would pay. Like if they had a larger logo on their shirt, they would pay $200 or whatever to put that logo on their shirt. And so they just had like 5 or 6 different logos on the back of their shirt, and the parents would wear them. The parents of the football players would wear them to games, and so the businesses would be promoted by parents wearing the T-shirts.
So the front would be super cute, like Summit Cheer or whatever we decide, thank you, Bonnie. And the back, we're going to sell for sponsorships. We don't have everything finalized on it. We want to get it soon so we can have them made before football season starts. So as we get more information, watch for it soon. It's going to come out. And if you have any businesses that you know that want to get the sponsorship, start thinking about it now, and we'll get papers for you guys to get all that too. And we have letters that will talk about that it's a donation and things like that. Oh yes. We are hoping the football program has not released their schedule yet. Last year it changed a lot. We're hoping that it's not going to change as much this year. They've changed leagues, they've combined leagues. With that, they've also stated that it's a new rule of theirs that they have to be played at high schools. So we are hoping to get more home games. I think in the 3 years there's been a junior football team, we've had 2 home games, not very much. And I think they were all the first season. So we're hoping for more home games this year. If there's more home games, and if there are home games, we want to do a concession stand and to sell concessions. Usually if there's a home game, it's not just our team playing. There will be 4 or 5 games that day, and so we would sell concessions that entire day. Those who sign up to work in the concession stands would earn money towards your cheerleaders program.
Question on that.
Yeah.
My mom makes like those apples and candy apples. Is it like selling them as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so we started this last year and we're going to continue to do it. We have a referral program. So, like we said, our season starts next Monday. We will have tryouts until the Friday, right? Or when's our late tryouts end? The Friday of the first week of school?
Oh, yeah.
Our cutoff for anyone to join our teams is the Friday of the first week of school come August. The reason we do it then is you guys have your cute little jackets, you start wearing them around. People are like, ooh, I want one of those jackets, how do I get it? You join our cheer team. I kid you not, okay? It's my daughter. She, in her 3rd grade class, they earned classroom bucks. and she would wear this jacket, and she started renting her jacket out to her friends for classroom bucks. So they would wear her jacket during the day, and they paid her with this money. 2 of those girls joined our team last year because they were so excited. So with that, we do a referral program. For every person that you get to join our team and they sign up with your name, you will get $20 into your account as a credit towards your program. There's obviously no cap on it of how many you want to get. We're trying to grow the program. So tell your friends, they don't have to go to Summit Academy. You do not have to be a student at Summit to be on our team. Because we're a charter school, we're open boundaries, anyone can join our team. So keep that in mind. They have between now and the Friday of the first week of school. I think school starts on a Monday this year, or next year, and so that Friday will be our cutoff. The reason we have that is because ordering uniforms and the comp dance and the comp routine. Because if they join any later than that, it would be hard to get them into the routine.
Okay, so next Monday, this is what we're kind of planning to do. So I already put in the tryout packet. We have practice next Monday. Everyone's going to be together. Kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. It's going to come in your cheer clothes, okay? We haven't ordered anything, so just wear cheer stuff. Wear a cheer, like a t-shirt, pair of shorts, make sure you have a pair of shoes laced up. Hair is up, earrings are out, gum is spit out, and we need to have a fitting though next week. This was not in the original tryout packet. So according to your child's grade in the fall, please show up at this time. We're gonna just be trying on warm-up jackets, leggings, their tank tops, their spankies, and everything for their gear, not their uniform. Their uniforms will be at a different date. So this was on your packet, so those who need to be updated, it's here. We're going to start with our oldest team because they can help us roll out mats and such. We are just going to be right out here. Please, next week, have your athlete wear a very tight-fitting top and a very tight-fitting pair of shorts so we don't have to have every athlete go into the bathroom, completely get undressed, put on a shirt, come out, show their mom, go back in. So they can just put the jacket over, they can put the tank top over, put the leggings on, and just say, oh, that looks good, and then be done, okay? So have them wear that. Yeah. Oh. If you have a young boy trying out, is that what you're gonna ask? Yes, if you have your own, still bring them. Yep, same thing. The jackets are gonna be the same. We're just gonna take out the bling on them. No. Please don't have them wearing tight shorts. I have so we're a co-ed team for the high school. I would have my boys show up in like tights. I'm like, guys, no. Don't show up in tights to tryouts, please. I don't let my girls show up in like this, so don't wear tights to practice. Yeah, just have them just wear a pair of shorts and let it go. There's only a couple, yeah, that's fine. Pair of shorts, that's fine. And then we would like to actually start practice next week. Their warm-up starting at 6:45, not 7 like we had anticipated. So have them here by this time. If you absolutely can't make it by that team time, come at 6:40, and we'll get those little stragglers who are left to try on their outfits. Oh yeah, right here. After you have had your athlete try on their clothes, once again, go ahead and skadoosh for an hour. You can hang out upstairs, that's totally fine, but don't stay on the mat, especially with all of our athletes at the same time. That's a lot of kids in one practice. The more bodies down here, the more hectic it's gonna be. Just next week's gonna be a little crazy. So less bodies down on here, the better.
With that, so we don't want you here for practice, but parents, we really, really want you here for the fitting. Don't, because we had so many kids last year who they got fitted for things and then they were either ginormous or didn't fit them at all. So we really would like you there for the fitting so you can confirm what the sizes are.
Questions? Okay, a couple things I've already mentioned, but for tryouts and practice, always. These things seem to be forgotten throughout the year, but this is very important, okay? Always have your cheerleader chair out of their face. Always pull it back, okay? Because during practice, we have kids who are trying to stunt and their hair's like this in front of their face. And then if someone, they cradle them out and your hair gets stuck in your ear like this, or gets stuck in your armpit like that, have your hair out of your face in a ponytail, okay? If you have really, really short hair, pull it up in a half up, okay? Earrings out, like I stated before. And then shoes. This has been a big issue. Even when we're stretching, I know some coaches are different. Some of you guys are gymnastics based and it is so hard to stretch with your shoes on, okay? That being said, I'm gonna leave that up to each one of your coaches' discretion. I know what I'm gonna do for my team, but the biggest thing is when we are on the floor tumbling and stunting, your shoes are always on when we stunt, okay? Bases, if you have a cheerleader come down and you step on your other base's foot, it doesn't feel good. So always have your shoes, okay? But coaches will decide those things, okay? Oh, yes. Google Calendar, I'll explain in a second. That has all of our information, every single practice, what time it's gonna start, where it's gonna be, where their hair should be, bows that they should have in their hair, outfits they should be wearing, everything's on the Google Calendar. Like that is, parents, that'll make your life easy. You never have to message Masco or Kim or coaches and be like, what are we wearing? What are we doing? Oh, it's on the Google Calendar. That's always my answer every time a parent asks, what's the hair today? What time's the game at? Look on the Google Calendar.
So we will do printout calendars, just for those who, like my husband, bless his heart, if I said to look something up on a Google Calendar, he'd have no idea what I was talking about. He likes to have a piece of paper in front of him so he can stare at it. The problem with that is, we make a lot of changes. So if I may print it at the beginning of the month for you on a piece of paper, I am not promising you that things won't change. So it's always best to double check on Google Calendar to make sure you have the up-to-date information.
So after practice next Monday, we are then going to split to our teams to be with your coaches. It's on your tryout packet. It's right here, so I won't beat a dead horse. But the uniform fitting. So we are keeping the same uniform that we had last year. So once again, affordability. We're going to keep our same uniforms every 2 years. So that way your athlete's not paying $150 every single year for a brand new uniform. So we're keeping our 2018 uniforms the same. So if your athlete already tried out and her uniform fits, awesome. If it doesn't, you can sell it back. So before practice on Monday the 13th, if you want to sell back your uniform, bring it. Bring it back, you're going to sell it. Our suggested price is $50, so there's no haggling or whatever, but if you want to sell it for more, that's fine. But we're saying full uniform for $50.
So that being said, before you come on Wednesday to fit for your uniforms, come on Monday. Because, so like my daughter, I know for a fact, she grew like 6 inches over this year, so I cannot let her wear her same skirts next year at all. But, so if you come and you say, oh look, this skirt now fits my daughter at the uniform fitting, and so say you only buy the skirt, you pay me $25, then at the uniform fitting, you only have to order a new top, so it's gonna save you money that way too. So even if you're not, if you're selling it that night or you want to see what sizes there are before you commit to a brand new uniform, come on Monday.
And then Wednesday, if you want to be here to see your athlete try on her uniform, his or her uniform, man, I've been coaching co-ed for 4 years and I keep saying that. Please come this day, okay? Uniforms, just so you know, it's polyester, it does not stretch. The back has a little give on it on the top, but the top front and the skirt does not stretch. So that being said, it is a tight uniform. Your uniform is not supposed to come off easy. You sometimes need 2 people to help you take off your uniform, okay? So when you're like, oh, it's so tight, I can't breathe, it's kind of supposed to be like that, okay? So you need to go like this, that's how you take it off, or you go arms up and someone else has to take it off. Do not put your hair all pretty and then put your uniform on. Always put your uniform on and then do your makeup and then do your hair, okay? Just for word of advice. So when your hair's all messed, anyway, word of advice, just so you know. July, this is once again up to your discretion of your coach. So I know what I'm gonna do with my team during July, okay? July we give off. We've always given off, that's the way I've always done it as a coach. So you can enjoy your 4th of July, so you can enjoy your 24th of July, you can enjoy your vacations then. So when it comes to August, we have you 100%, okay? That being said, I'm gonna have conditioning and stretching and stuff for my athletes to do during July to keep them busy, so they come back and ready for the year. And these coaches will do, according to their age group, what fits that age. So just so be aware, parents, especially with my teams, we're gonna be conditioning a lot over the July holiday, so I need your support on that. Fall dates, once again, in your Google Calendar, or not Google Calendar, in the packet. This right here, the optional, what am I trying to say, camp, this optional camp, the Blue Bowl camp, we do it every year. So what it is, you don't have to be in this program to do it, just any kid. Like last year we got 100 students, some of them were from junior cheer, some of them were just random kids who just wanted to come to just a week. You come Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, learn a dance, learn a cheer. We cheer at the blue and gold game for the high school football players. We cheer out on the sidelines. We bring out all the kids, and we get a different shirt, a different pair of shorts, and a different bow for that week. And then on the parade on that Saturday. So that's not this program. It's optional. It is additional cost because it's different, but if you're interested, that's there for you. Tumbling, we already talked about that. These are your practice dates for your kid's age. These will not change. At least they shouldn't, okay? So if you have soccer practice on Thursdays, you can still still do soccer practice on Thursdays because you know cheer practice for your 7th and 8th graders is going to be 6 to 8 o'clock on Wednesdays. Okay? The only thing that is going to be a little different is Tuesdays is tumbling, but those will only be an hour long, and sometimes if you have to move where you're going, then that's okay. But just so you know, you can plan your life around the schedule during the week. Oh, okay.
I just wanted to tell you real quick, just those stragglers who I see coming in. So we had a mix up on times. One of our things said the meeting was from 7 to 8. One of the things said our meeting was from 6 to 7. So if you are just getting here, don't worry. Come on in and we will go over everything that you guys missed, okay? Go ahead, honey.
Sorry, that last slide.
Yes.
6th grade for both.
Oh, I totally did. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 5th and 6th, 7th, and 8th.
That's what I thought.
Thank you.
Okay.
I always make mistakes, and I edited it like so many times.
Dang it, so many times.
I know. Thanks for noticing. Okay, I'll let you go over this one, Kim.
All right. So like I said, we don't know our football schedule yet. I love the football program. They are so last minute, it blows my mind. Like we have been planning this and we've had our date set for 5 months now. We will probably find out our first football game 2 weeks or 1 week before our first football game. We messaged them, so as soon as we know, we will let you guys know. The same thing, we had some problems last year where games got switched and the cheerleaders weren't told, and some of our cheerleaders ended up being at a game for like 4 hours until it started. That won't happen this year, I promise. We've made it more that the football coaches will interact with us more. With that, your cheerleader will not be cheering every Saturday. Your cheerleader will be cheering every other Saturday, and the Saturday that you're not cheering will be some sort of competition, gearing up to competition practice. Our competitions come super quick. They're all in October. They're all really early this year, and so we'll be spending time on those. But with that said, if your cheerleader wants to cheer games, and they want to cheer every game, and there is not a practice for them to be at during that game time, they can go and cheer, okay? So our kindergarten through 4th grade teams, they will always cheer together, and our 5th grade through 8th grade team will cheer together. So those are the days that they will cheer. We will try to make it as fair as possible, where one team's not always going out to Orem and one team's always in Bluff Dell. We'll make them, the teams that we compete against and play against are, what's the league called, Bunny?
Is it the Cougar League?
They changed it from the Cougar League. It's something in Utah County. So our team plays against Lehigh, Westlake, Lone Peak, American Fork, Timberline. Mountain View, yeah. But a lot of them last year were always in Orem. But with the rule this year that they have to be at high schools, we're not sure where the game's majority will be, but we'll make it as fair as possible. So that will be on Saturdays. Competitions. As of right now, we are doing 3. We are trying.
We're going to Peru for 2 of those. Peru. We'll talk about it.
We are trying to do a 4th one that's more of a fun competition. But we haven't gotten back with what those dates are. It's more of like, it's always a Halloween theme. But we don't know that information yet. But these are the dates. The schools all sent out there. These are the competition dates, and so those are the 3 that we picked this year. November. Because the competitions are all earlier, we will focus on basketball games in November. The first year we cheered them, last year it came so hectic that with the cheerleader schedule and the schedule of the elementary's basketball team, they didn't get to do any of those basketball games. This year, you will definitely for sure get to cheer at least one boy and one girl home, depending on your team, home basketball game, and we cheer for the independent schools basketball team. Our showcase is December 7th. It's our end big hurrah. It's usually holiday themed. We do a big silent auction. We do a dinner, and then the high school cheerleaders perform. Sometimes the dance companies, is that what they're called? Dance companies? Drill team perform. So it's just our big hurrah. That is our last scheduled event for the year. Your team, we may do it, we don't know yet, as everyone, like a banquet or a party at the end of it, but that will be based on each team. Yeah.
Is that a competition on
It is Monday the 14th.
Interesting, huh?
I know it's weird.
Okay, so just to go over a couple of things, just stunting wise, because oh no, is this not going to play? It's not going to. Okay, well, hey, there you go. This is going to give you an idea what we're going to be doing. There was videos and they were playing earlier, but they're not now. So in this, they go to extension. Oh, maybe that'll work. Nope.
Oh gosh.
Nope. Nope.
Oh.
That's not going to work either. Nope. Okay, there you go, guys. That's what we're going to work on this season. Yay! Here we go.
See that?
Okay, so just so you are aware, I wish I could show you guys what we were going to be doing. But here they take the girl and they, oh, actually, it'll work right here. We would love to start doing basket tosses this year, especially with my team, but that's only if they work hard enough. Basket tosses can be really scary. That being said, 7th and 8th graders, they're fun, but they can be scary, especially if we don't condition. Okay, this girl's doing a toe touch, and here there's like a tumbling group, like a routine, but obviously it's not gonna work. Okay, so this is one thing that we really want to stress this year. So in a competition team, let's say I'm a flyer, I'm the flyer in the middle, and I'm the flyer on the other side. On the bottom, I need 2 bases and a back spot, 2 bases, back spot, 2 bases, back spot. That's 12 kids. You have 1 kid missing, the whole thing can't go up. We cannot stress this enough. If you're gonna miss practice, we're gonna start charging fees. So a $5 fee every time you don't show up to practice, okay? And that is so we make sure kids are here because we have 20 kids working really hard, but if that 21st kid doesn't show up, pyramids can't go up, okay? So we will be very strict on taking roll. So please make sure you make this commitment. It is so much fun. We feel it's not too big of a commitment. It's less than All-Star. It's way less expensive than All-Star, but this needs to be very important to the team because they're kind of a family. We want them to grow and learn and become good. And so we can't do that unless everyone's here putting in that commitment. Tuesdays, like we said, we'll be tumbling. Let's say we have a tumbling 4 to 5, then 5 to 6 we have another tumbling. Your athlete can't make this one, and this is when her team comes in. So let's say 2nd and 3rd graders are here, but she's in 3rd grade and can't make it that time. We can switch here. We can switch if that helps anyone. Okay. That's our website. If you haven't been there, it's on the tryout packet. Social media, Kim passed out those little pieces of papers at the back. You can go follow us on all of those.
And this is super sad for me to say, if your teenager, if any of your girls have social media, we would like them to follow us so we can follow them because social bullying is a thing and we will not tolerate it. We will not, if we see things on that page where they are bullying someone on our team or someone off of our team, they are going to be reprimanded and they could be asked to leave our team. We want this to be a safe place for everyone involved. I don't care if you are the world's best tumbler or if you just learned how to do a cartwheel. We are all equal on our team and we need to treat each other that way. So it's very important, parents. If you know, I hope you know, that your child has a social media account, please have them follow us. Right now I just have a Facebook page and we don't have to follow them on Facebook, that's just like ours to send out information. And we have an Instagram page. We would like to follow your child on Instagram, as well as we will be doing a Snapchat account. That way we can help to make sure that everyone on our teams are being the way that we want them to act.
Before we go, just one quick thing. I know we're right at 7 on the dot. I told you we'd finish at 7. We always finish on time. Yeah. Biggest thing is every single year I've been saying this, and I will say this every single year when I coach. I'd rather have an athlete show up who's a good, kind kid than an athlete that is so talented that is not a good kid. Okay, we, like Kim was saying, we don't allow that. The biggest thing is that we're here, and every year I say Summit cheers a family. Like the parents are amazing. Since I've been coaching here, we have the best cheer parents in the state. Every year I always have my friends say, "Why do you still coach? Cheer parents are insane. They're so snotty." But I'm like, no. I always have the best cheer parents, best kids. Okay, so if your athlete can't commit to being a kind, good kid, we don't want him. Okay, we'd rather have kids that are moldable and that are kind than talented and snotty. Okay, so we are super excited. If you guys have questions, those parents who don't have questions, you guys are free to go. But if you don't have questions, we'd rather not waste, unless you know it's a question that's going to pertain to everyone else. How about we do this? If you have a question that pertains to everyone, ask it now. If you have a question that's just for yourself, come up and ask Kim or I, or coaches. Yes?
So I have one. Do all the grades stay as they are? So like if I have a 5th grader who's really good, do
they move around?
So that's one thing. So when we had all the coaches named out, we primarily want to do 7th and 8th, but if we have a kid that's out of the water, we may move. Like, those are not stuck. Those are not set in stone.
And
Yes,
we'll
good
talk
question.
about it too. Like last year, we did have a couple of our 6th graders who went up to the higher team. I personally didn't like it very much because the way those girls were then treated by the older girls. So it's going to be a case by case, and you know, just like if someone's amazing in the 6th grade, we might want them on the 6th grade team to help that team compete just as well. Do you know what I mean? Because some of these kids in other schools, I mean, their skills are amazing. And so I may look at my child and say, I have the best 5th grader in cheer that there ever has been. And I want them to be with the older kids because it's cooler to be with the older kids, but that 5th grade team may need that talent on that team just as much. Does that make sense? So it'll be a case by case. Good question. Yeah. Yeah.
I was looking at the practice schedule. There's one band concert. When do you do that? Because I can't interpret it.
No. Yeah, good question. We will never make you choose, and I had that question earlier too. We will never make you choose between us and something school related. That is not fair. And that's like saying, you know, the same as if there's a death in your family or a wedding, I'm not going to say, sorry, to go to your grandpa's funeral, you have to pay me $5. You know what I mean? And so there's always going to be exceptions that we will make to that rule. So definitely just talk to your coaches. And so if we're aware of it, then that's totally fine, and we can always work around it. Now, if it's like I have band practice every Tuesday at that exact same time, and I'm only going to be able to come for like 30 minutes, it's probably not the best fit because, again, it affects the team. But if it's a once in a while thing, or it's, you know, I'm going to be late here or there, then we totally understand.
Any other questions? Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Make sure you sign up on the papers that's on the table and grab a social media thing.
Parents, I forgot. Here's a breakdown of our prices. Here's a breakdown of our prices and the dates they're due. If you are interested in that, I'll just put it right up here. That was my bad.
Masco, I have a question.